Good morning, dear students. Just think of a situation. Suppose this is the parking fee in a city. Okay, for different time slots, the parking fee is mentioned here. Means if a person keeps his car or vehicle in the parking place for 1 to 3 hours, he has to pay 10 rupees. Then if he keeps 3 to 5 hours, then he has to give 15 rupees, and so on. That means a person who will keep for 1 hour, he will pay 10 rupees. That is 1 is connected to 10. If he keeps for 2 hours, he will have to pay only 10 rupees. So suppose the situation is like this, that the parking fee will be counted as a multiple of hours. Suppose multiple of hours means 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, like that, suppose. So multiple of hour means for 1 hour, not for 1.5 hour, not like that. For 1 hour, for 2 hours, if it is more than 1 hour, it will be considered as 2 hours. If it is little more than 2 hours, it will be considered as 3 hours. Suppose it is connected that way. So for 2 hours, a person has to pay 10 rupees. For 3 hours, a person has to pay 15 rupees. 3 is connected to 15. Or for 4 also connected to 15. Have you understood? So here you see, all this 1 is connected to 10, 2 is also connected to 10. So now these pairs of numbers are also ordered pairs of numbers. And these ordered pairs of numbers are taken in such a way that first one is connected to second one by some relation. So, but if you count from here to here, from 1 to 15, 1 is the lowest number of hours, 15 is the highest number of hours. Means 15 means below 15 actually. 14 hours. So 1 to 14 hours timing is here. 1 to 14 hours. If we take suppose all this 1 to 14 is the set of hours. Suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, that way up to 14, suppose. The set of hours. And B is the set of parking fee, suppose 10 rupees, 15 rupees, no? Then 20 rupees, 25 rupees, up to 40 rupees. Okay. Now, if we take their A cross B, then there will be here 14 and here 10 to 40. That is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, then is 7 into 14. That means that many numbers will be there. 7 into 14. That many ordered pairs will be there. So 28, 7 1 is 7 to 9. 98 ordered pairs will be there. Out of those 98 ordered pairs in A cross B, means if we consider A and B like this, A is the set of time, that is hours, and B is the set of parking fee. Then if we take their cross product A and B, means Cartesian product of A and B, then A cross B will contain how many pairs? 98 pairs. Out of these 98 pairs, some pairs are like these are 110, 210, 315, 415. So that means from this 98 pairs, these are also there. So that means if we consider this as a set of ordered pairs, in which first element is from this set, second element from this set. Now, in every ordered pair, the first element from set A, second element from set B. This will be smaller than this A cross B, because in A cross B, 98 pairs will be there, but here 98 pairs will not be there, because you see, you will connect like this: 1 to 10, 2 to 10, 3 to 15, 4 to 20, 5 to 25, 6 to 25, 7 to 30, 8 to 30, 9 to 35, 10 to 35, 11 to 40, and 11 to 35, 9 to 30, 10 to 30, 11 to 35, then 12 to 35, then 13 to 40, 14 to also 40. So all these pairs will be there. But in A cross B, there will be 98 pairs. Then what we can say? This whole set, where some selected ordered pairs are taken from A cross B. From A cross B, in A cross B, so many pairs are there. X comma Y, so many pairs are there where X belongs to A and Y belongs to B. No? But in our this set, say this set is suppose, say R. In that R, we will take X comma Y where X belongs to A and Y belongs to B, but what is said here? It should be X is the, sorry, Y is the pair for X. Y must be the pair for X. Got the idea? So that, no? So here you see all these pairs that you will take, it will be from A cross B. Okay, no? Students, once again, just one more, this set we will call a relation, which is a subset of A cross B. So relation is nothing but, it is a, I will give you one more example. Relation is a subset of A cross B where A cross A and B are two non-empty finite sets. A subset of A cross B where A and B are two non-empty finite sets is called a relation. One more example let us take. Think A is the set of these 5 letters of English alphabet, that is first 5 letters of English alphabet. B is the set of 2 numbers 1 and 2. Now when I ask you what is A cross B, you can easily say there will be how many ordered pairs? 10, because 5 to the 10. So they are A1, no? I told you yesterday how to write these ordered pairs. A1, A2, no? A2, then so a B1, B2, then C1, C2, then D1, D2, E1, E2. Okay, E1, E2. Now suppose here I ask you to write a new set of ordered pairs from A cross B, say X comma Y where X belongs to A, Y belongs to B, but X is a vowel. Suppose I have given a condition like this, X is a vowel. So X comma Y that you have to take, but the condition is that X will come from A and Y will come from B. Again the condition is that X is a vowel. Now here if you see from this ordered pairs, this is a ordered pair where first element means X means the first element from A, second element from B. So for the first element will be from this ordered pair. So from the ordered pairs, first element should be a vowel. First element A is a vowel. That means this A1 can be taken, A comma 1 can be taken. A2 also can be taken because this A is a vowel, A2. Then B1 cannot be taken because first one is not a vowel. B2 cannot be taken, C1 cannot be taken, C2 also cannot be taken because our condition is what? The first element X should be a vowel. Then what you can take again? E1, E comma 1, then E comma 2 you can take. So now you see, students. So this will be from here only. So it is what actually? It is a subset of A cross B. So this, if it is a subset of A cross B, you can call it a relation. So relation is something just like that. It is also a set, but it is a subset of the Cartesian product of two non-empty sets. Means A A cross B is the Cartesian product of A and B, and from there if you select a subset, that subset will be called a relation. So because these elements are having a relation, what relation? The first one is a vowel here, but in the rest of these elements, the rest of these ordered pairs, the first one is not vowels. So we are keeping a relation in our mind. Relation is something like this. Something means by which they are connected. What is the connection of these two elements? What was the condition given? Condition is relation. So condition is X must be a vowel. So that is R. So R is this one. R is a subset of A cross B. Now students, you might have understood what is a relation. Now you see, when A has got 5 elements here, number of elements in A is equal to 5. Number of elements in B is equal to 2. The number of elements in A cross B is 5 to the 10. Number of elements in A cross B is equal to 5 into 2, that is equal to 10. So if symbolically we write number of elements in A cross B, we have learned that if A has got suppose P elements and B has got suppose Q elements, got the idea? If A has got P elements, B has got Q elements, then number of elements in A cross B will be equal to P multiplied by Q. P multiplied by Q. Before also we have learned this, no? Now you see, how many subsets this A cross B can have? Number of subsets that we get. Suppose A has got 2 elements, say 3 elements. 3 elements are there, suppose A has got. Say A, B, C. Then here the number of elements in A is 3. Then number of subsets. How many subsets we get? Here 2 to the power of 3. This is the formula for finding the number of subsets of a set. That we think here, in A cross B, how many elements are there? How many ordered pairs are there? P into Q. Then from A cross B, how many subsets can be formed? Because here will be now P into Q elements. Therefore, number of subsets of A cross B will be equal to 2 to the power of the number of elements. As here you know, just you look at this line. A has got how many elements? 3 elements. Then number of subsets of A is equal to 2 to the power of 3. If A has got m elements, then number of subsets will be 2 to the power of m. Just you see. Suppose number of elements in A is equal to m, then number of subsets of A is equal to 2 to the power of m. This is our formula. 2 to the power of m. Now you see, in suppose A there are P elements, and in B suppose there are Q elements, then number of elements in A cross B will be equal to P multiplied by Q. Therefore, number of subsets of A cross B will be equal to 2 to the power of P into Q, because the formula 2 to the power of m is the number of elements in A. Since number of elements in A cross B is P into Q, so number of subsets of A cross B is 2 to the power of P into Q. So students, you see how many subsets the Cartesian product of A and B can have? 2 to the power of P into Q. So if this many elements are there, this many subsets are there, then that many relations can be formed, because every subset of A cross B is a relation. If A and B are two non-empty sets, finite sets, then A cross B, number of elements in A cross B is equal to P into Q, and number of subsets of A cross B is 2 to the power of PQ. That is 2 to the power of P into Q subsets can be formed. 2 to the power of P into Q subsets can be formed. That is 2 to the power of P into Q relations also can be formed, because every subset is a relation, because every subset of a Cartesian product of two non-empty finite sets is a relation. So 2 to the power of P in PQ relations can be formed from the set A cross B. Got idea, students? Which one example? Let us understand this. Suppose A has got A comma B, two elements, and B has got elements 1, 2, 3. Then A cross B will have elements A comma 1, A comma 2, then B comma 1, B comma 2, then here A comma 3, I did not write, and here B comma 3. Now their subsets, if we write the subsets of A cross B, subsets of A cross B are 1 element. If you take, this is a subset, then A comma 2, A comma 3, then B comma 1, B comma 2, then B comma 3, then now you take two elements. So this is one subset, all these are subsets taking one element. Every ordered pair is an element. So now taking two elements, these are subsets. Now taking two elements, you form subsets like this. Say A comma 1, which A comma 2. A comma 2. This is one subset. Next, A comma 1, which A comma 3. Another subset. Then how many subsets you will get here? Because here how many elements are there? 6 elements. Then 2 to the power of 6. 2 to the power of 6 is equal to 64. 64 like this subsets you will get here. Thus you see. So I am not going to write all these 64 subsets. I am saying that number of subsets will be 64. 64 subsets. Subsets you can write like this. First you take one element. Which one element you got like this 6 subsets. Taking two elements. Again you will get subsets. How many subsets you will get? Two elements. With two elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No? That is every each one of these will combine with other 5. Got idea? So that way you will form, that is 5. If it forms 5, again it will also form 5. Like that there are that is 6. 6 5 are 30 again. Like that, taking two elements. So that is what we are saying, that there will be 64 subsets. That is 64 relations will be there. 64 relations. Because every subset is a relation. Every subset of Cartesian product of A and B is a relation. To understand little better way, take small set. Say A is having elements 1, 2. B is having elements, suppose, say A comma B. Then here 2 to the 4. 4 elements will be there. Then 4 to the power of 2. 16 pairs will be there. 16 subsets will be there. So 16 relations will be there. So relation generally we denote by R. R is a relation. R is a, it is a subset. It is a subset of two Cartesian, subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty sets. Non-empty finite sets. Okay, finite sets. Got the idea? So we are talking about the relations of non-empty finite sets just now. Suppose n is the, we know that n is the set of natural numbers. The set of natural numbers. Then n cross n will be the set of ordered pairs. The set of ordered pairs where the x comma y will be the pairs such that x comma y both belong to, x belongs to n and y also belongs to n. So just you see, now n, the set of natural numbers, it is a infinite set, because here the number of elements you can't count. Infinite set. That means n cross n will have infinite number of ordered pairs. Now from there, if we pick, say, a relation R, means a subset of n such that x comma y, where x belongs to n, y also belongs to n, and x plus y should be equal to, suppose, 5. I have said like this. That means here all those pairs will come here, natural numbers pairs whose sum is 5. What are the natural numbers whose sum is 5? 1 comma, that is x belongs to n, so 1 comma 4, 1 plus 4, or 2 plus 3, or that is 3 plus 2, or 4 plus 1. So all these the pairs, Now you see, so is it good to say that a relation is a subset only from a set A to B, where A cross B is the set of finite ordered pairs? Is it right to say like that? Will it be correct to say? What I am saying, that means a relation can be from an infinite set to infinite set also. There is a meaning that I want to say, that n is the set of natural numbers which is an infinite set. Then n cross n will have infinite number of pairs. So from there, if we pick only those pairs whose sum is 5, then that will be a subset of this n cross n, which is a subset of n cross n, Cartesian product of n which n. Then this is n cross n will have infinite number of elements. So what I want to say, that it is not good to say that it is a subset of Cartesian product of two finite sets only. So relation is a subset of Cartesian product of two any sets, means two non-empty sets. Instead of saying finite set, let us say relation is a subset. Relation is a subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty sets A and B. So this will be the definition of a relation. Remember students, relation is a subset of Cartesian product of two non-empty sets A and B. So suppose A is a set of elements, say A, B, then A cross A, if you write, what are the ordered pairs it will be there? That means it will be A cross A, means A comma A which B, then B which A, then B which B. If some of you are not getting, I am showing you how this A cross A you can find out. See, suppose here you write once the elements of A in column. So A's elements are A, B. Again A's elements you write in this row. A, B. Okay, so A in this side also and in A in this side also, because you are finding what? A cross A. Now you pair them like this, A with A comma A, one pair, A comma B, then B comma A, then B comma B, B comma B. That's right, A comma B, A B comma A, B comma B. So these are the set of ordered pairs. That means from here, suppose I define a relation R, so that in that x comma y which will come, that x belongs to A and y also belongs to A, such that x is a vowel. X is a vowel. Suppose I have made like that one relation. I want to pick up only those pairs from here where the first element is a vowel. Then which will be the pairs? A comma A, then A comma B will be the pairs. So just you see, in this A comma A and A comma B we have taken. So R is a relation. Is it understood, students? R is a relation. Now here you see, in the relation, just now the example that I gave, A comma B, suppose A is here element, B is here. Again in the same A to A we are showing the relation. This is element A, this is element B. So when we talk about Cartesian product, we understand A to A to B, B to A, B to B. So in A cross A, all these elements come like that, no? A, B, B, A, B, B. Okay? So now what I was going to say to you, that just now I have defined the relation R in such a that here x comma y that we will take here, x also will belong to A, y also will belong to A, and x is a vowel, x must be a vowel, x is a vowel. Then if that way we say, then which will come here? A comma A and A comma B. Now you see, now this is the relation, the set, this set is called a relation. In this set, the first elements, the set of first element you consider, the set of first elements of R, the set of first elements of R, meaning what is the first element here? A. What is here first element? A. So the first elements are A only. So the set of first elements is A. The set of second elements, you see, the set of second elements. The set of second elements means I want to say second element A, second element B. So they will be here. Second element A, second element B. So the set of first elements of the relation R is called domain. Domain of relation R. Domain of R. And the set of second elements of the relation R is called range of R. Range of R. So we have got two more terms, that is domain and range. Let's take one more example. See students, I have taken two sets A and B. A and B. In A there are 3 elements, in B there are 4 elements. Now A cross B is equal to, A cross B will contain these elements 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 4, 1 to 9, 1 to 16, like that, 1 4, 1 1 1 9, no, 1 16, like that again, 2 each 1, because you are talking about Cartesian product, 2 each 9, 2 each 16. So that way again whole one more, that is set of 1 2 3 4 ordered pairs, like that here 3 and here 4, 3 4s are, that is 12 ordered pairs will be there. 12 ordered pairs will be there. Now you see, out of these 12 ordered pairs, suppose I have collected R in such a that here that x comma y will come, that x belongs to A, y belongs to B, such that x is the square root of b. Now x is the square root of y. Suppose I say like this, x is the square root of y, or we can say like this, suppose x square equal to y. Suppose if we say that way, x square equal to y or x is equal to square root of y, let's say like this, okay, x square must be equal to y, means if I square the first element, it should be y. Now which are the pairs here? When you square the first element, it becomes the second element, like 1 1. If I square 1, it will be 1 only. Means if you square 1, 1 square is 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9. That is, only these elements will be here now. 1 square 1 means 1 is connected to 1, then 2 is connected to 4, and 3 is connected to 9 only. So now you see here these ordered pairs which forms a subset of A cross B. Which form a subset of A cross B. In this, what is the domain of R? So here the set of the first elements, that is 1, 2, 3, taking them, if you form a set, that will be called domain of the relation R. And the set of second elements, that is 1, 4, 9, that is the set of second elements, that will be called the range of R. Okay, and codomain is what? If a relation R is defined from A to B, then the set B is called a codomain. That means the whole set B, here you can say this whole set B is codomain. This is codomain. Okay, now students, you understand now? This is codomain, and inside from actually the range is a subset of codomain. If you notice here, range is inside the B, no? That is range. So range is a subset of codomain. Codomain, like this also you can say, no? Range is subset of codomain. And domain, you know, all the elements of the first set. Actually, all the elements of first set. Okay? So that is the, or the first elements, what the set they form, that is the domain. So now you see here we have learned domain, range, codomain. Next point is, what are the different points that we have learned here? If A and B are two non-empty sets, then A cross B is a non-empty set of ordered pairs. Another point, that if in A there are P elements, in B Q elements, then in A cross B there will be P into Q elements. Then the number of elements in A cross B is equal to PQ. Then the number of subsets of A cross B will be 2 to the power of PQ, because PQ elements are there. Then next point that we have learned, R is a relation from A to B, then where R is a subset of A cross B. Means a relation is a subset of A cross B. So there can be 2 to the power of PQ, 2 to the power of PQ relations from A to B. Hence, because the number of subsets of A cross B is 2 to the power of PQ. That's why. So if number of elements in A is P, number of elements in B is Q. Okay. Next point is, R is a relation whose relation of ordered pairs x comma y, where x belongs to the first set A, y belongs to second set B, such that x is related to y by some relation. X is related to, this is 2, okay, x is related to y by some relation. Okay. Domain of R is the set of x, that is the set of first elements of R. Means when we write R, we write like this now, x comma y, that means ordered pairs. So x will belong to what? X will belong to A and y belongs to B. Okay. So the set of first elements x will be domain. Range is the set of second elements, that is range of R, the set of second elements. Codomain is the whole set B, where R is a relation from A to B, then the whole set B is called codomain of R. Okay students, you understood? So today's your work will be to note down all the learning points from the whole class. Note down all the points that you have learned newly, all points. Okay, all the learning points. Thank you.